It must be incredibly annoying if you're Prince Harry, because you think you've got the world at your fingertips, You're hugely known around the world. You're married to your soulmate, that's what he said. And then, of course, you've got your budding new business empire, free from being trapped inside the British monarchy. All's going well, right? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. We're in Hyde Park today and hope you're keeping well. Beautiful sort of visage behind me, isn't it? I love taking you out and about in these places when I get the opportunity. I like these areas because they're just, when you think these are man-made, and when whoever came up with the idea, I know it's all there in history, but you do kind of think, what made them think they would build such a beautiful space here in truly the very heart of London, And when you go around it and you see all these wonderful areas that they created, you think, wow, just wonderful, and still here so many years later. Now, as ever with our royal story, this is a very difficult one because for Prince Harry, we get the feeling, and this is the things that have been fed back to me, that he simply would now at points like to return home. This, I would suggest, is the reason why he's pushing hard for that security. I mean, the difficulty about the security, whether you agree or disagree, is this, I think it's the thing that he's used to, but also I think it's a sort of status thing, proving to him and his wife and colleagues around the world that, he's still a man, an important person. Very much, when you think about it, like the previous person who left the royal family for the woman that he loved, do you remember? So many similarities when you think about it. But now there's a bigger problem for Prince Harry, and it really all centres on the fact that it's his own doing. As ever, he said the wrong thing in an interview, so let me explain. As we know, we've said Prince Harry wants to return. It's the thing that he fancies the idea of at some point. And we know this because when he was doing an interview with NBC recently, do you remember the one where he went to see the Queen and then went straight on camera to say exactly, what they discussed, keeping it all private as ever? Well, what's important here to note is that in that little interview, she said to him, so is California now your home? And he said very quietly, for now. Now let me explain, that caused ructions back home in the mansion, according to a very good source indeed, because Meghan Markle, the former Suits actress and would-be Duchess, political activist, whatever you want to call it, does not see her life ever returning to the United Kingdom ever in a full-time basis. I have that on very good authority. But like all men, Harry hasn't grasped this and believes that they could still do this sort of part-time year thing, 6 months there, 6 months here. He's forgetting, of course, he walked away from how that could have been possibly possible by being part-time royals. And I don't mean the stupid idea that they came up with, but one that he could have brokered in a more elegant way with His Royal Highness Prince Charles and our gracious monarch, the Queen. But apparently, according to that good source, Harry has been told in no uncertain terms that Meghan doesn't want to return to the United Kingdom, as ever, we have to say allegedly, full-time, and more importantly, doesn't really see her life, or indeed her children's life there, full-time. I think she thought that by getting Harry over to California, her life could simply just start again as it was, picked up, but this time with a lot more fame, a lot more jewels and a lot more recognition worldwide. So why would she want to return to a country which she believes is, and as ever we have to say allegedly, racist, don't like her and simply didn't welcome her? I know we all have our own thoughts on this, but for Harry apparently he's seemingly not giving up, and at some point does see his life at some stage returning back here to the United Kingdom. Now the bigger question on that is, will that be alone? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.